Hello, hi, BonBon here. I'm back. I'm doing a map building, map editing again because these things needed. And I think if I'm very clever, which I'm not, but I could do that. And I might see if the stream starts buffering. Ooh, maybe. Right, so hello, yes. Map editor is open. We were working on mountains last time, so I'm going to carry on with the mountains because why would I not? Kind of liking the shapes that I put into these mountains here, but I'm not liking how they end there. So I'm going to actually extend this mountain ridge down into this area. That's going to be where we start the process today. And I think by doing a little bit of this here. What's the simulation speed here at the moment? Feels a little... No, it's normal. It's normal. It just felt a little bit zippy. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's all good. It's all good over here, mister. Okay, we'll do about something like that. Maybe we'll extend this down this way. Right, let's see what we can do here then. We'll grab that. We'll bring this down this way. I'm going to grab this, do this up this way. Ooh, nearly made the boo-boo. Brush size down. So yeah, if you're watching this on catch-up, currently I have nobody watching me live, so you're exclusive. At least I think I've got nobody watching me live. Let me see if I've got Oh, apparently there's one person watching me live. That's good news, I guess. Maybe. Problem is I can't keep a track of that and keep a track of this at the same time. So there we go. Right, so I'm looking at this thinking, do you know what? I'm going to level all this area out here and I'm going to use this space to bring this mountain, encroach this mountain a little bit more down into the area. It just feels like something should be going on down this way. Well, I hope you all had a good day. I've had quite a productive one. Obviously, catching up with the dev diary was my usual ongoing fun thing through the day. Trying to do that while working is always interesting. See if there's anything that needs to be focused on, and also what I need a title for my dev diaries as well, so people can get just what we're going to be talking about. It was very much about the seasons and also about how maybe they're going to be a little bit broken in terms of the come on, there we go. Well, not the seasons won't be broken, but the time mechanics going to be different from what you would probably expect it to be. Bring this up this way, this up this way, and then maybe ridges and ravines, and just having this finger coming down into the map. Do you know what I really? The more I see this, the more I hate it. Actually, I'm gonna all this work that I did previously. I'm gonna level it. I'm gonna level it. I mean, maybe keep some of it, but just not really vibing the amount of, the shape that we had going into it. I think I want to have some shape going into it, but not quite as much as I was looking at there. Oh dear. That last one can go. How have we got here? There we go. That's probably a bit better. Says he, with all the confidence of somebody who doesn't know if it's any better. But we'll work with it. Little arcs and little curves that just make this entire area feel a bit more dramatic. Drama is a thing, which is great in a map build, less so great in your home and family life. Oop. Redo this. This is promising right there. There you go. Much better. Much better. So anyway, that mountain is better like that, undoubtedly. Don't know about this area here. Let's help it out a little bit. Yeah, that's all right. I think I'm preferring that now. I don't want to try and sweat too much on the exact shapes, because there's plenty, well, I say plenty of time. There's going to be plenty of reworking. I wouldn't say there's plenty of time, because there isn't. We're running out of time. There's a new game coming, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Okay, let's do larger brush, decent size, and I'm gonna actually from about that level, from there up to about here. Help if I looked at it from above, probably, maybe just a little bit. And this one. Let's do a bit of hard softening. Hard softening, there you go. There's a term for the day. Right, that's okay, I think. Do you know what? That mountain there, very generally, is, I think, good enough. Bear with me again. I'll just do a little bit of idiot checking. Nope, I'm definitely an idiot. Right. Who have we got there in the chat? It's somebody plays. Is that Harry plays? Cannot quite make that out. There we go. Is Harry plays? Oh, is my sound a bit mute? Hang on. Hang on. Is that any better? How about there? Is that okay? Can you hear me now? I did turn the sound down a little bit earlier, but everything should be good. Right, so now We've got the showpiece mountain with all the water pouring outside of it to come. I think we'd start work on this. I think we start work on it. Right, so... Oh, good, good, good. Just a slight tweak to the mic settings. And that's all we've done there. And I reckon we can just... These are very rough first drafts of the mountains. The first draft was to put slabs of granite where I want mountains to be, and then it just gets chiseled down slowly but surely into a more realistic mountain shape. So that waterfall reminds you of a waterfall level in Contra. Contra? Is that a game I should know but don't know? Possibly. Yeah, nothing rings a bell with Contra. But there we go. Can't know everything, can we? Even me. Oh, goodness me. Hang on. That's going to cause a problem. Let's not do that. Let's do this instead. Bring a bit of extra height in there. Maybe chisel a bit out the middle. But yeah, the it's not the only waterfall. This is, again, placeholder waterfall. This is not how it's going to look, but it's kind of how it's going to look, right? Meanwhile, over here, got a waterfall very similar, which has actually had some detailing done to it. And so I'm hoping it'll look a little bit more like this. Again, this is just some detailing. It needs to have more detailing put into it. Old SNES game. Oh, I never had the SNES. I was a Sony boy. We couldn't afford to have both Nintendo and Sony in our house, so we were Sony. And Sega. then Sony. There we are. So no, never had the SNES. So never really had the pleasure of Mario. Sure, Mario is excellent and everybody seems to love it, and there's some great Mario games, probably some crap ones as well, I imagine. But yeah, never really got to enjoy Mario. Never played Mario Kart. Again, sure, it's brilliant. The back in the day, the family game that we played in the vein of Mario Kart was Mega Bomberman. That was absolutely hilarious fun. Big fan of that one. Right, so that's, again, it's got shape. It might not be exactly how I want it, but having something that looks sort of ready is better than having nothing that looks sort of ready. And then we can always go back and edit those areas that look a bit daft, and to change our mind on areas and stuff like that. There we are. I'm using the slope tool for this, but I could easily just use the softening tool given the amount of effort this has taken. Oh, wrong button. I'm sure I did click on it, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, sorry, let's have a little look at the chat there. So, we just watched the new, bear with me, just watched the new CS2 video. No snow on the buildings and trees. Season switched too fast. Hard to say if they switched too fast, honestly. No info regarding the turning on or off of the daylight. Yes, I agree. I don't know if I told you, but I finally found out the culprit was breaking all the maps. It was the advanced vehicle options. Interesting. Interesting. Haven't had any problems with that personally, but I'm glad you found it. The ongoing problem that I was having was that the vanilla trees were floating. That was the ongoing issue, not the fallen trees. That was my ongoing issue. Never did work out which mod was causing it. Right, so, well, that's interesting. We can do a big old crunch down here, can't we, I think? Ooh, try that again. And oh, hang on. Right, very rough shapes again. They'll do for now, just for now. Sure, we'll come up with something far more fun in a minute. Oops, managed to right click halfway down. That was cumbersome. Do you know, I'm going to keep with this pattern along here, and then we can always say get rid of it if it really is that bad. Some ridges along the top there. Right, now let's have a look at how we can extend these down into these areas. Brush size up. Done it again. Brush size. That's better. Quite like the idea of this little ridgy cliff face thing going on. I think we allowed for capturing the waterfall a little bit there. It'll be okay. We'll take some of these out, I think. Alright, soften up. It might not even be needed. There we go. Again, better shapes around the outside. These mountains are starting to look like mountains. Thanks, Mr. Motorbike. Little look at the chats, see where we're up to. Also found out I couldn't place down, why you couldn't, outside connections. This affects only rail. If you use Anarchy, you need to change from follow terrain to default. Ah, there you go. You see, you tinker around long enough, you find the problems. Possibly. Right. Anyway, where was I? I was extending these lower areas down to valley level. So let's carry on with that. This is, I mean, actually the softener could do the job just as easy here, I think. Probably going to do a little bit more work here actually. Let's widen this up slightly. Brush size down. Bring that in a little bit. There we are. Now that should fill in. Dear oh me, come on. Make the depth deeper, right? That works, so there we are. Do we put a little cliff ridge here? I think we do. I think we're going to put a little cliff ridge in around this area somewhere. Because textures are important. Oh dear, that's heavy. Again, I'll come back and rework the entire area to put textures into it, because at the moment we've got a very rough texture, and you get areas like this mountain where I have actually worked around following the shapes of the terrain to accent anywhere like here. It's been chiseled away a bit. You can actually see the erosion here, and I have actually worked those areas a little bit, although it doesn't show too much there. Have I actually worked that? No, I'm getting paranoid. Don't think I've actually worked that one, but there are other bits that I have worked quite heavily. Oh man, I thought I'd worked that one. Definitely worked around this side. You can actually see down here where the terrain has been chiseled away. Texture is very strong. It's not necessarily the best texture for a free map, but I think it really works on this one, so I'm going to stick with it. Well, especially now I've started doing detailed texturing. Okay. Suppose we start working this side of the mountain. Something to do. Not going to be streaming for very long tonight, but maybe about another half an hour. Then I'll get on and do some stuff, because life still requires you to do stuff. I mean, I should be able to sue somebody over that, really, shouldn't I? But there we go. I reckon this probably is looking to come down this way. And maybe this coming down this way, and then this maybe not like that actually, but we can make it work. There we are. I don't want to eat too much on these outer areas for anybody who's using the 81 tile mod, but there is definitely plenty of room in the middle. Plenty of room in the middle. And this is all for backdrop, and technically speaking. There we are. Soft, soft, soft. Soft, soft, soft. Come back out of that view. Extend this down a bit more as well. This doesn't quite balance. If it's going to be framed, I want it to be framed, right? So let's do this now then. In fact, that ridge that we put in seems like the perfect location to extend down from. There and there. Then we got this one, smaller brush. Not sure actually. Let's, instead of going that way, I'm going to go the other way. This way. And that way. Now, part of the reason why I'm doing that is because of the shape of the map. Let me just put a bit of that into there. This is all going to be worked again. Shape of the map. That is, the main buildable area is here. Start square is here. So if we park the camera here and look out towards the mountains over there, texture that faces towards us, and again it won't really show necessarily now, but as the sun passes over you get different shadows. We want the textures kind of pointing towards us. And one that I did earlier, this ridge here points towards us, therefore it's obvious, leads our eye into the image. In fact, it works really well because of this valley as well. When I first made this hill, all the hills, all the mountains, whatever, were running like this ridge here, and it just didn't work. Everything you see here, your eye is led into the mountains, and we've got some good shapes there. And so with these hills, once I work them a little bit more, should draw the eye up into the mountain from this angle, which is where we like to be viewing from. Not like to be viewing from this angle. You could, you might get some nice views of the city, but looking from this angle, this is all about the backdrop. So that's why these hills are, I think, better going this way. That ridge I put in, I think it's going to disappear in a minute. There we are. And this one. Blimey, that's it's ridgy, isn't it? So those hills have eyes. Now the hills don't have eyes, but we do. And yeah, we have eyes. And it's about building an aesthetically pleasing map that from pretty much wherever you look should look really, really good. From this angle, I think that also it does from this angle. It frames this waterfall area beautifully. Excellent. This is good news. The BBB didn't get the reference. The hills have eyes. The hills have eyes? The hills have eyes. No, you're going to have to tell you. Do you know what? Treat me as stupid. Explain to me what it is. I'm sure I know the reference. It's probably just, end of a long day, brain ain't working, or something. That's my excuse. I'm going to stick with it. The hills. We're not talking about that horror game, are we? Could be a horror game reference. Hills have... Nope. It's just not working. My brain ain't working. Brush size down. Actually, do you know what? I really don't like this. I'm going to smash it. It's been smashed. And actually, I'm going to smash that down. And then maybe we can bring that. We'll give this peninsula a bit of a all on its own. It will stand up and be noted. How's the map going, Matthew? Is it going to be the most ultimate and successful CS1 map ever? No, it won't be the ultimate or the most successful, but very likely it will be one of the last. Definitely be my last. I say definitely, that's assuming that CS1 doesn't completely suck and everybody goes running back. Sorry, CS2 doesn't suck and everybody goes running back to CS1. It's possible, that we go, oh my god, that game is awful. It's possible. I mean, I don't think it will be. From what I've seen so far, CS2 does look really very, very pleasing. We'll have things for us to complain about because it wouldn't be gaming if we didn't complain about something, would it? How am I going to do this? Ridge, different. How about doing some ridges like this and smaller brush, and then maybe a softening tool just to make the valley feel a bit more pleasing. How's that? As a general shape, I don't hate it. I hate this ridge though here. This ridge, gotta go. No, just no. Big fat no. Yeah, soften it out there. Everything else is alright though. And then I don't mind the shape of that mountain either as a general shape. May come back and put some texture. Well, you will come back and put texture work into it. Are they my outer mountains finished? in terms of general shapes. I think they might be, you know. I think they might be. Feature area. Main feature area, that one. And then come back down this way. Second big feature area. And mountain and peninsula mountain. Do you know what? I'm relatively happy with them. It's kind of a realistic shape rather than the fantasy shape, whilst it is still a fantasy map. Now, I did say I would have some inner mountains that weren't going to be as high. So I think if we go for maybe this level, and we'll do a strength there, brush size down. Yeah, that'll do. I think we can work with this. Hang on. Do you know what? Stuff it. Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like if I do this. And maybe, well, I'll put a squiggle in that. It might work. It might. Possibly. Right, so secondary mountain, basic shape. I need more height on that. That's not going to be enough. That is not going to be enough. Put that in. Ooh, ouch. That was not good. Brush strength's too high. That'll be why. Well, it's a family birthday today. My father has turned 80, which is pretty impressive. We don't live that old, our family, generally. So for him to actually achieve that is pretty decent. And he's still very healthy and very active. So bless him on that one. And where are we? This maybe this way down here. Again, I don't want to extend too much into flat areas, but I do want the mountains to be interesting. Right, let's have a little look at the chat. It's been a couple of minutes, hasn't it? Right. Keep CS1 alive as long as you can. We'll all be playing, I think, at some point. Not running CS2 as a detail. It'll take a long time for CS2 to catch up. Correct, I agree. Game mechanics aren't particularly important when you want to make realistic looking parking. I agree. So right now I can do everything I plan in CS1. Yeah, it's that yeah, the switch over, isn't it? It's going to take a while. Is the I think the stream might be struggling a bit. Looking at YouTube, it's a very fuzzy image, isn't it? I apologise, but my stream's always been pretty dodgy on the upload. Yeah, I don't really know what more to suggest. I promise you I'm looking at a perfectly crystal clear image here. Get some anyway, looks good here anyway. This is right, so that mountain is a lot more interesting. What I'll do is I think I'll give it a bit of a little bit of a help here as well, and soften there. It's fine there. Oh my god, is it me with let me try refreshing my screen here, maybe that'll make a difference. Oh, it wants to play me an ad. Excellent. I do like ads. Oh, there you go, refresh the screen, it's fine. Excellent, good news. I was getting worried then that you guys are watching something that was barely watchable. It's bad enough it's me making a map without it being unwatchable. Right, so we've got a good chunk of mounting going on here. And maybe not going to do anything on here because this is going to be Uwitz Castle. But yeah, those mountains have been kept out of the 25 tiles. It is a vanilla map, so if you're going to use the 81 tile mod, you're going to have to be advanced, is what I say to that. Some of these shadows are a bit weird, aren't they? Look at the way that is. Look at that, that's bonkers. Okie dokie. Right, but yeah, that's, I'm liking this actually. I'll do something down here on this. That was also meant to be a slightly lower mountain. Let me start with 2 high and work down. Do you know what? Why not? Why the boogle not? I think we can do one down this way. And maybe this way. Oh wow, that's a bit crap. And possibly, oh hang on, no, this way. Right, and we'll get the softener on it. Bigger brush. No, I'm going to grab that height there and extend it this way. How's that? I don't like it much, but it'll do for the moment. There's plenty of time to make it more interesting and more fun. There. And we'll bring it more to a peak with a smaller brush. Okie dokie. There we are, that's cool. And it also leaves room for the outside connection to come in. Also leaves room here for an interesting little village. Harbour village or something. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not doing the city build. You think I'm building a city? You've got to be bonkers. Bonkers. Now, over here, we'll do a slight elevated ridge here. And along here. Let's grab somewhere a bit higher. Oh dear, that's awful. Didn't want to do anything like that. That's gonna be better. I don't know what I was trying to achieve. Not a clue. Don't ask, I won't tell. I'm just going to have to rework all of this actually. I'm not going to do any more there. I've started something that I'm not happy with, and it's going to take me time and mental energy to fix it. But it will need to be something here. Let me come back into this fishing village. Indeed, we're gonna have all of the fishes. One of the things I've done, I might even do it here now for you now, is the depth of the water is exactly what we need to be able to have all of the fish. Let me forestry, prop snapping. Oh, I've up here, isn't it? So at the moment, oh, there you go. I put in a spawn here, so we have tuna. Well, we've got all of the fish already, but yes, because the depth of the water is everything. If I change the brush to this one, yeah, big brush size. Now if I do a little tap, come under the water, so make sure we can see what we're doing here. Wondering if that's going to be enough. We will soon find out. There we go. So just single tap of the water there has brought a whole bunch of anchovy to this area. And if we put a spawn here, and why can I not? Fish, there it is. Oh, we have to pump that one up. But anyway, we get water movement in there, and we will have ourselves the salmon out at sea. So yeah, I've been planning around having a mix of the fish, and this is going to work fine. What we got there? Mountains looking good. Thanks, RCN. Coming together nicely. Fishing village or something. Yep. Always hope there would be a mod that allowed us to remove vanilla assets so they don't even load. Why? I don't understand that one. Why? Why don't you, if you don't want vanilla assets, don't put them in. Oh, we're talking about the load, you mean, in terms of how much memory it takes. I can understand that, but the game is built around vanilla assets. I guess they've got to be included. I think over here there is. Oh, skip in the loading screen mod. Yeah, there you go. Of course there is. If you get into loading screen mod, it's I think it's a bit fiddly to set up, but you can choose what you want it to not load. Brush size down, back over to this, and brush strength down as well. Brush size up. Give it a bit more interest around here. At the moment it's just the lake, but if we give this a ridge, rocky ridge, it's like this thing has a purpose, and that is to be a rocky ridge. What's the question? Question. Bear with me. Test version loading screen mod. You can you can try, it's not me that'll stop it. What you can do, if you want to put a link in, put a space between if Steam community dot, then put a space, then the rest of the link, and then we just got to delete the space and the link will work. But yeah, if you try putting the link in, YouTube will probably remove it. But feel free, feel free. I have no problems with legitimate shares like that. Are fine with me. You know, if you want to share pictures of your gran in her underwear, that's a different thing altogether. I want them privately sent to me, please. None of this sharing with the community. Come on. Give an old man something to smile about. So fun. Oh, granny underwear is the best underwear. Comfortable. So yeah, just put the address in, but put a space in so that the algorithm can't spot that it's a link. Basically, if it thinks it's a link, it'll remove it. Gotta say, granny underwear is really comfortable. I mean, the granny pants I'm wearing today, that didn't ride up at all. Never uncomfortable. I'll make a slightly smaller brush here, I think. I'll see it. He is showing. He's sure showing us. Who's sure? Hang on. How it's done. I can't make mountains look good. Ah, yeah. Well, first of all, okay. Here we go. I'm going to make a mountain. I'll make a mountain here. Right. I'm not going to make it the biggest mountain or anything stupid. Also, I see we've got some resources down here. Hang on. Can we get rid of? That's oil. Is that all? It's gone. Hi, Pavel. Right, so here's your thing. First of all, You want a theme with a good cliff texture if you want good mountains. This is the Ender theme. Other themes have a good texture. It's like Not So Rocky or whatever. Find yourself a theme with a really good cliff texture. Now we're going to make a very quick, very silly mountain, right? Let's go to the terrain tool. We're going to build ourselves to a peak with a smallish brush. I'm going to put it to a high strength so that we can... There you go. Right, we've got a mountain. Well, that's the height of our mountain right here. We're going to go higher. Let's go higher. There we go. There's the height of our mountain. We don't want that high, but that'll do. Now, choose the slope tool. Click it. Now, right click near the peak of your mountain. So that is now input into here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to come over here. We're going to create a cross. From here, draw a straight line up using the slope tool to connect up here. Again, over here, because we're making a cross. Just drawing up and in. Over here. In fact, we could even do it as a triangle. Well, we could do it as a triangle. It's too late now. From there. We'll put in the fourth one over here. Right, so that's the base, or the basis of our mountain. Now, we can use a slightly larger brush to fill in some of these gaps. Again, choose ourselves the height. And again, it's a very silly mountain. It will be removed fairly quickly. Next up, you're looking to bring the ground up to join up the join the ridge. Down here. Doesn't matter if it's clunky. Really doesn't matter if it's clunky. Oh, I've done that backwards. Again, fast, so it's a mess, right? But it'll still look okay in a minute. Over here. Nearly done. Right, cool. Now we're going to take the softening tool and go over the whole thing just to take out some of these. I mean, we're not doing the whole thing, but just giving ourselves a general shape for a mountain. Right, so there's a speed mountain. Now what you'll do is, with a smaller brush size small and soft, so bring that right the way down. You're going to want to be able to make gentle changes. So here, look for your textures, and like high light colors I like to bring up, and dark colors I like to drop down. So choose the shift terrain tool, and with these dark colors I like to drop them down. Again, smaller brush. And of course, sometimes you might want the dark colors to go up. The light colors here, bring these up. A bit of a dark going on here. And you keep doing that. And you also do the same towards the top. When you get towards the top of the mountain, though, you want to be pushing upwards all the time. So here, here, and you'd be using a smaller brush at some point as well, because obviously at the moment I'm just doing a speed thing here. Smaller brush, speed build up to the mountain point. Let's give us a nice. You'll never get a perfectly sharp point because the game limitations. And then again use the downshift just to create some grooves. And there you go, there's a speed mountain. And again, it's just a very quick thing. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but if you follow that, you won't go far wrong. Brush eyes up, brush strength up. Be careful. No, I don't. I want to change my harbour shapes, having just done all that. There we go. Jobbed. Having theme mixer. Yes. Now, there's something to be said. There's some people that think with theme mixer, it is quite intensive on the systems. Gotta say, it's not as bad as I think they're making out to be. But there is an argument that if you've got theme mixer running, that is resources that could be spent on another thing or whatever. But the actual mixing of the themes, the game only loads in the textures that it needs. So it's not as bad as some people make it out to be, but there is an argument for it. Right, do you know, I think I'm getting towards the end of today. There we go. Let me just check. Did I miss anything else in the chat there? Saw the other game video. Pretty cool, gotta admit. The other game video? Oh, yes. Viewfinder. Yeah. Mondays and Thursdays is going to be the updates on that one. Uploads. So, yeah. It is fun. I hit a weird glitch or bug with it, and I thought my playthrough had come to a complete end. I couldn't go any further. I found a solution, what I thought was the solution, but the game wouldn't let me do it, and went online and checked the playthroughs on YouTube, and it was the solution, and the game was bugged. And then, well, I was writing a message to the developers to say, you've got a bug here. It stopped being buggy as soon as you start writing to the devs. But I spent about an hour trying to get past this bug, but got past it, so we will continue playing it. But that's not for a few episodes, so I'm probably just going to go back and re-record that as if it never happened for showcasing whatever. But yeah, you missed today's devlog. Anything noteworthy in 3 sentences? Yes. Day-night cycle. Day-night is, if you leave the game running at normal speed, 1 hour. 1 in-game day is 1 in-game month. Okay, does that make sense? So yeah, it's so one game in day is also 1 month. Seasons run every 3 months on average. Depends, of course, on whereabouts you are playing in the world. So an entire season will, on normal game speed, last about 3 hours, and a whole year will last about 12 hours. So you can argue that there are definitely issues in terms of gameplay, because you're going to have like day-night peaks and troughs with traffic and all that sort of stuff. But it's a month and it's a day and it's a month, and I don't know. I really don't know whether or not I like it. Maybe once we start playing, we will. Who knows? But yeah, we do need to play it. You're quite right. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look. No snow on trees. Yes, no snow on buildings. Yeah, no words you can turn off. No words if you can turn off seasons and daylight cycle. Yeah, all of that, Harry. Yeah. No snow on trees. Also, it doesn't show at the moment whether or not we're going to be having autumnal trees. Hopefully there will be. Making notes for mod ideas when the game comes to inspire those who can mod. Or you've got about 3 months to learn modding. Because that's something you can do in 3 months. Maybe. Yeah, I think I might leave this for today now. I only really wanted to get some decent shapes into these mountains over this side. And I'm quite happy with the basic shape that we've got going on. I mean, the side of this mountain here needs work and extra detailing and stuff. But I could live with this mountain looking like this until I come back and actually start working the detail. I'm thinking about outside connections. Definitely going to have a highway coming in this way. Maybe have a highway coming in this way. Might have a rail connection. See you later, Pavel. There won't be a next what map. Well, there will be, but it won't be for a while. The next one is, I think, a BonBonB request. So yeah, we got that. Yeah, I'm not quite gone yet. But I'm thinking, yeah, maybe do a little hidden rail connection and have the rail emerge. Oh, I don't know where I'd want it to emerge. Thing is, I get a feel for this area having a railway station. I don't want the rail just magically appearing out of here. I'll have to give that some thought. But yeah, let's park the camera down. I'm starting to like this map. Starting to like it. 5, 5 and 5 from me. Maybe. Harry in Alaska we did. Hang on. Ooh, hang on. Did I miss something fun? Also, a summer-dressed woman was walking her 2 dogs in winter in the middle of the highway. Ooh, not good. That might be such an issue because the game time perception is heavily distorted. Yes, you're right. Because the thing is, even now, with the day-night cycle on now, it's many days is 1 day. The difference being, though, in the new game, you've actually got rush hours. You've actually got people doing their thing, and if it's on 1 day is a whole month, it just feels odd. But on the other side of it, of course, we're building roads in an instant and buildings are spawning in minutes, so it goes both ways. Tricky map? I don't know, Sebastian. We could see some beta footage. Yeah, don't think it's that tricky. If I come up here, show you all the tiles. Starts come out now. That one there. This is a start square. Easy. Second tile. Easy, 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 easy. You could even go 9 tiles on that block. All really easy. When you get onto the next set, we're going to have some plateau tiles. They're going to be easy to build on, but just a little bit more technical. And like these plateau tiles just elevate, but they're all flat and they are all centered on a certain elevation. Although this one is split, obviously. And you come over this side of the tiles. Lots of buildable space down here, including room for an airport. If you want to do a big airport, I mean, I could see a massive, great big runway running along here. Maybe. Oh, sorry. Ooh, my heart went then. And then once you get up to this corner, again, buildable, but more technical. So it's, I'd say, base the map around being easy in the main city build areas, and then more technical as you move away from the start tile. But technical, but not difficult. I mean, I guess this is, mind you, I'm probably going to work this so it's more easy to build on as well. These steps take a little bit too much out of here, so I imagine I'm going to be chiseling this back to make a bit more space. Keys, keys, and more keys, and yet no keys. Look at this, no keys. I'm not going to put down keys because I know that quite a lot of vanilla players don't like them, because it makes it impossible to put down your harbour without demolishing the key. You demolish the key, the water goes all over the place, and you get flooding. And it's, so I'm not actually going to use keys, or if I do, they're going to be for detailing and not actually for water retention. So that's my thought there. But yeah, tricky? I don't think so, Sebastian. I think this is very easy in the 9 tiles, and then slightly more technical, but not super difficult as you push on into the other areas. Slightly, but I mean, definitely more technical. Once you go out the 25 tiles, you're going to be looking at being an advanced player. But if you've got the 81 tile mod, consider yourself an advanced player. Even if you're not good, you're still an advanced player because you're playing with mods. So yeah, I'm quite happy with it. We've got plenty of time to screw this map up, by the way. Wait for the tree painting. That's where it's going to happen. Right, can't do a harbour over keys. I don't think so. Not with what's it called? Not without Anarchy, which is mods. And I'm building this map so that a vanilla player, the only thing they'd be missing is the theme. So vanilla player can load this map, will be able to load this map up and play it vanilla. Because what you do with the harbour on a key is you can't put a building on top of a road, can you? And the harbour is a road. It's not, but it is. Know what I mean? Anyway, Harry, most likely because all Sims had summer clothes, but yes, raised a big question mark. No autumn trees. It's not to say it won't happen. It's not to say it isn't going to happen. Maybe it's not being confirmed yet, but they've said that the trees are going to grow. This is the thing. Trees will start from saplings. Cheers, Matthew. Yeah. Craptastic. That's going to reduce the intended increase to gameplay in my map. The thing is, it may happen. Oh, you're talking about your Cities Skylines 1 map. Don't worry about it. The thing is, you've got, mods. Mods is a thing. I'm not going to say You know, it's just that I'm trying to, you know, go completely anal for my last map. You know, it's just going to be completely perfect, but also built very, very quickly. Which is where we are, I think. Which is where we are. Right, I'm going to call it because I haven't had my dinner yet. I planned on having some dinner before going to the editor, but I wasn't hungry. But now I am. So I'm going to go and find something out of the freezer, stick it in the dinger, wait 5 minutes till it goes ding, then eat it. But yeah, this will do. I still haven't got a name for it that I'm certain that I'm happy about, but I know what I could call it. I could call it a Bon Coast because it's a coast and it's by Bon. It's a good name, that. What do you think, Dan? Bon Coast? Maybe? Or not. I know. And there will not be toll booths in CS2. Well, not from the off, but maybe later. They're going to add lots of stuff as they go, and they're going to charge us every single time. Don't you know it? Right, okay. You approve. It's a good name, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to call this yet, but we will get there. Palladino, hiya. Yeah, we're just about ended. So, sorry you've missed it, but you can obviously play back and watch. Mostly just mountain work today. Mostly. And probably going to be mountain work tomorrow as well. Or whenever I next get on. Yeah, I will be on tomorrow. Definitely going to be streaming tomorrow night. You always tagged my whiskey when you said that. Oh, gagged. Bless you. Bonjour. Bonjour. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to have to think on that one. I think it will have to include the word bon. Bon voyage. Goodbye. Bon voyage. Bourbon. Sebastian, you nut. Yeah, you'll have to include the word bon. Or lots of B's. The bombastically bombacious. I can't think of anything else at the moment. Yeah, bon voyage. Isn't it? I just want to make sure then that we've got perfect harbours, right? Bon voyage. It's got to be, isn't it, I think? Bonjour. No, that'll be my first map in Cities Skylines II. Yeah, bon voyage. I think it's got to have to be. Bin voyeur. Oh, dear. Yeah, I like looking at trash. Genius at work. Just bon. It could be. Shipping bikinis. What? Dan, I can tell you're drinking. I think I could do some whiskey right now. Right, anyway. Is there anything else I need to do before other than save? Or thinking for next when I come back. Yeah, I want to get some textures into the lower hills here. And I'm not liking the side of this at all. Not that it really matters, because the thing is, this is only going to be seen from, I mean, what sides are you going to see that from? But I think it just needs some of the bulk taken out of the back of it here, just to soften, you know, lose some of the weight of the hills here. I think would make that a lot more interesting, and kind of like what we got on this side. So yeah, that'll be what we do next time. But yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna go and get some food. It's a quote from me. Did I? God, don't go quoting me on the drivel I keep coming out with. had this old gamer last week, straight after recording Cities Skylines 2 o'clock. He said, "What was that Piggly Piggles or something you said?" And of course, I don't remember. I don't remember what I said. It's just drivel. And it turned out to be Jiggledy Piggledy. A term I made up meaning for like the little bits and pieces, you know, the Jiggledy Piggledies. But yes, tomorrow I will almost certainly, not going to say definitely because life, but I have, well, Tuesdays used to be WhatsApp Live, and I don't have a WhatsApp Live. The next WhatsApp will be Dan's, probably. Dan's is coming, but the next one will probably be Dan's. But that's not planned for at least another week, maybe 2, maybe 3. But it is coming. I just need sort of a complete break from it, for my brain, you know. And I've got this map to build. So as I'm going to have nothing to do tomorrow night, I think I'll be doing maybe a couple of sessions in the map editor. Once we get the terrain looking bodacious, I will going to get the network sim, maybe build a Teddy Radco bridge. How about that as a thought, eh? Are you familiar with Snowbird, as in old people who travel south in the winter? Well, the thing is, I live about as far south as you can go in the UK. My hometown is one of the most geriatric of all of the towns in the UK, and every year that I stay here I get even older. But yeah, it is a retirement mecca because it's so warm here. But yeah, not Snowbird, haven't heard that phrase before. A container port just for granny pants. Oh, that's excellent. Could we just do a container port? Will that be one of the industries that we'll be able to do in Cities Skylines 2? Why can we not have granny pants? Oh man, fantastic. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, it'll be tomorrow night. If I say 7 o'clock ish, it might be 6:30 ish. It might be 6:15. It might be 7:30. I don't know. I've got no plans for tomorrow night, so this is what I'll be doing. Bit of map editing. Be fun. I'm gonna have fun, and I hope you're there with me. Right. That's it. I don't have an outro for these. I'm not going to spend an hour and a half making an outro and an intro for this, frankly, at all. So I'll just say thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. You guys are the very, very best, right? The very, very best. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.